All right. It is Wednesday, December 3rd. Wow, thank you for tuning in. If you happen to stumble upon me, I'm just driving to work. I like talking about philosophy. I like trying to just improve myself every day. Every day, made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I'm trying to take accountability for it and improve my life, and maybe in the process, help others. At the end of the day, I think we're all here to serve life, serve light, and it's hard to when you look back in your past and you see if you have a lot of darkness, a lot of regret, a lot of shame. It's hard to move on from that, man. It's hard to change. It's hard to change because I think we're all being programmed in a lot of different ways, just through our the way our whole society is designed, and through advertising and through entertainment. And just all companies know, all big corporations and the government all know how to basically hack your mind, hack your dopamine system, hack your pleasure system, and it's basically being attacked all the time. And so, yeah, you're being programmed, whether you like it or not. And so, whether you're living the life that you truly want, that your soul maybe has laid out for you, if you want to get a little spiritual, it's going to be all determined by you and your basically just commitment and resolve to find yourself internally, because there's just so much input coming in, that all five of your senses is receiving every single day, and it's just really tough to be disciplined on a consistent basis. And so that's kind of the journey I'm on. That's what I'm trying to do every day, is just develop more discipline. And because of my past, man, I just always just short term gratification. That's how our economy works. What's next quarter's profits look like? And they'll cook the books to make it look good. And if you listen to any economist right now, that we're in a big bubble, and it's about to burst. So it's and there's a lot of factors and variables that kind of prove that to be true, and we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's just I think it's hard to predict the future, obviously, but the I think it's undeniable that there is, a bubble. Whether it's an AI bubble, a housing bubble, an inflation bubble. There's some bubbles going on. There's some bubbles brewing, and I don't know what it all means for us, but it you can't really let that anxiety or that fear get into your heart and determine how you look at your day, how you look at yourself, and how you show up for your family and for those around you. You really have to kind of let a lot of it go. And I think that kind of just brings me to the key point today: is just letting go. Is such a it's just something that you have to develop, because it's almost like kind of like I was saying, we're like designed to just hold on to things. It's like when you're in a new relationship, you just want to hold on. It's like we're all about possession, and a lot of life is really about letting go, and letting go of past feelings, past thoughts, your past failures, even past successes. Not to let things get into your head. And I think a lot of times when you have a little bit of success, you have a streak, it definitely can get in your head and inflate your ego, and increase your arrogance about life and about things. And especially if you're born with some good talent, some good gifts, um, you'll ignore really developing that talent and those gifts for the better good. And because at the end of the day, we're all here to serve. I think it's human nature for us to serve ourselves, and I think that's important too. Is self care is super important, right? Like you can't help fill other people's cups if your cup is not full. But at the same time, there's a balance there, that we all have to find ourselves. No one's gonna find it for you. No one's gonna hold your hand through life. If you have someone like that in your life, you're very, very blessed. You're very blessed, because most people do not have that. You have to figure it out yourself, and it's just the way it is. And you know, a big thing I think, if you're shameful and regretful of your past, is letting go of it, and really looking forward, and not to live in that darkness, not to live in that shame, because shame is one of the worst emotions you can feel, and it's going to prevent you from making the steps today to for that better future tomorrow. You almost have to assume that, hey, everything that happened in the past it, it happened for a reason, and it's going to make you a better person. And I don't think that God put you here to suffer, indefinitely. If you want to kind of get spiritual, I think everything that's happened to you, everything that you've been through, um, has been done so because you can handle it, you know. And I feel like you can develop a little bit of pride in that. I'm glad that I went through what I went through, so someone else didn't have to go through that, because I can handle it. You know, someone else would have been hurt, someone else would have been betrayed, but it was me, and I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to do what I need to do to help serve others, to help get a message out there that can help prevent stuff like that happening again. So I don't know, and it's like I said, just about letting go and really looking forward and developing a vision for your future. That's why I think imaginations, like if you have a powerful imagination, and that can be a huge positive and a huge negative. So I think if with a powerful imagination, you can, I think you're more susceptible to addiction, but you're also just, you can create a vision for yourself that's just very powerful and very motivating, and that can really just serve as that catalyst to be consistent and disciplined on a daily basis. And I feel like this is something I have. Like, I know I have a great imagination. I remember always daydreaming as a kid and all that. And yeah, I'm like, well, I can use that. I can use that to my advantage and create just a powerful vision to reach towards. And because it's hard, I think a lot of times when we're trying to improve ourselves, trying to develop discipline, we just think about the moment. We think about, man, this is tough. This is hard. You're not really thinking about the payoff. You're not thinking about the outcomes that consistent discipline can pay. Can pay. And that's what life's all about. Is if you can develop just hard work on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, and have those days compound, man, it's gonna pay off. It really is. I truly believe in that, and that's the journey I'm on. Anyway, we'll see how it pans out. You'll if you stick around and subscribe, you'll see whether this is going to this is like the beginning of the end, or the beginning of the beginning. I guess I don't know, for lack of a better word. See, I'm not even really good at this talking thing. I'm really not. I'm a huge introvert, so this is all new to me. But I'm developing consistency and showing up for myself, and trying to talk into this camera, trying to get my words out of this brain, and just be better, get better. That's what it's about. So we'll see how it all works out. I have faith. I believe. I'm going to continue to work and continue to show up for myself, and we'll see how it all pans out. So stick around if you want to see that journey. I'll leave it at that for today. Just want to pass on some blessings, some gratitude, and some love to you. Peace out.